Hey guys, hey Chua, hey Squirmy Burrito, hey ASD, hey, hey guest, yeah, surprise, surprise. That was funny though, so I did it. How's everybody doing tonight? Let me know if you guys can see me right, hear me right, if it's all good. Shouldn't be any game sound right now, so that's cool. That you should have heard though. Turnabout visitor end? I'm at the end of this, huh? Maybe this case won't reach trial. I don't know yet. Okay, so last time The Simpsons Hit and Run. I remember that. I wish I had a recording of that guest. Um, yeah, that was a good stream. That was a good game to stream too. We got a number of moments from that on the autoplay on Safe City Heroes. You can watch if you want, but I did. But the Ananorail, the famous one, is gone sadly. I should really find the time to sort through those recordings and find more hidden gems if they exist. Anyhow, good to have you back, guest PIL. Last time, well, let's just dive into it. So, if you guys remember last time, there was a murder that occurred in our office. A murder that occurred in our office while we were on vacation. The only people who had the key are Detective Gumshoe here and Miss Bird, who's working in security. She says that actually we can just look at the organizer. Okay, everything important. That's mine. Listening that made you come to this side? Really? Huh. Shut up, ASD. So that's mine. Victim's revolver. The murder weapon apparently is the victim's gun. Issued to the victim and believed to be the murder weapon. Only one shot fired. That's it. And that's interesting. I'll explain in a second why. Because of the safe. The victim, by the way, was Detective... What's his name? Detective Buddy Faith. He was working at the precinct. So the bullet went clean through the victim's abdomen. The body was found at around 2:05 a.m. Miss Bird says that the key was stolen at around 1 a.m. Or at least she noticed it was missing. In the office there was a secret safe protected by, or hidden rather, by a frame with Edgy's jacket. And we know that there was another bullet fired, there was another shot fired at the frame which exposed the secret safe. That's how we knew that something was up with it. But, like I said, in here there's only, it seems like only one shot of the bullets, like only one bullet of the ones in the cylinder was fired. And that also we can tell that, yeah, each prosecutor has one in the office, only they know of them. And the prints, and there were, as you can see, there's some, the vault was all dusty, or the safe was all dusty, except the numpad, but it was wiped from fingerprints. Stolen O series file. One of the files in our office were all in a mess, and one was missing that we found outside the office, but with a few pages missing. So pages pertaining to a case tried 10 years ago by my predecessor are missing. So that's what's missing. And the master key for the room, which Miss Bird of Security had. This can open every office door. It was stolen from the security office at around 1 a.m. So that's really just really a short summary of what happened last time. Okay, let's get back. Again, reminder, I'm doing voices for the characters. You guys can suggest new voices at any point you feel like. Any stereotype, accent, impersonation, whatever, I'll give it my best shot. So for now, we got Edgy as a Brit. So, I was wondering if I may speak with you for a bit concerning this case.
I've always been a big fan of the courtroom, but this is like a dream. A dream where I'm being cross-examined by the Miles Edgeworth.
I can't let this chance pass me by. Must remember to ask her about the master key. Should jog her memory by showing my notes to her through the present button. Or present button. Well, we might as well just start by talking to her about her and everything else. Have you ever met the victim before?
Well, I've seen him a couple of times before when I had to go to Mr. Portsman's office. Mr. Faith was always playing basketball with Mr. Portsman, sir.
Well, that sounds like fun. Just once, I'd have loved to play with him.
It sounds fun, but the only person ever taking a shot was Mr. Portsman. All Mr. Faith ever did was pass him the ball, sir.
Oh, what a douche.
Well, on second thought, I don't think I'd have fit in all that well with him.
Okay. I like the V's that we can remember what we asked him. Miss Maggie Bird, correct? I take it that you are an acquaintance of the detective?
She was under my supervision back when she was still on the force, sir. One day, she got caught up in a murder, and things started going downhill, so she quit.
But I owe a lot to Detective Gumshoe for introducing me to my current employer. Or so I thought until a few hours ago. Right before I was about to clock out for the night.
You got caught up in this whirlwind of the case, correct?
Don't worry, my whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. Since I was 6 months old, when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building. I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods. Failed at almost every test I've taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster.
Yeah, 9th floor when she was 6 months old. That's I don't know if that's bad luck or just like, you know, maybe Michael Jackson was her dad.
And now, I even managed to be named a criminal just when I've become a security guard.
That's a lot to go through in one lifetime.
I know! And just when I thought I'd finally found my happiness, I wind up getting you and Detective Gumshoe involved in my bad luck.
You don't need to worry about me, Miss Bird, nor do you need to worry about yourself. I will solve this case and prove your innocence. All I ask in return is your cooperation.
Yes, sir, Mr. Edgeworth. You can count on me. I'll do all I can to help.
Edgeworth confirmed to Buddhist. Actually, that won't surprise me if he is, to be honest. Okay, let's present her with a key, like Edgy wanted. So when did you discover that the master key was missing?
By the time I realized it, I think it was around 1 AM, sir. And I noticed it was back at around 2:30 AM. It was just sitting there on the ledge where the security room's reception window is. But I'm sure that between those two times it was not just gone, but stolen, sir.
Why is such an important key stored in such an insecure place?
It's not like that, sir. We always keep the key further inside the room, away from the window.
Always, you say? Except for this time, correct?
Well, I admit that was a bit careless, but I had my reasons. I left it out because I was sort of using it at the time. It was after I had used it that I left it sitting out on the ledge.
She used the master key? Oh, we probably have more questions to ask her now, right? Yeah. What did you mean by you used the master key?
Oh, I had to use it to open the door for this prosecutor who had forgotten his key. I mean, it's my job as a security guard, right?
I wonder what prosecutor.
Uh,
What is it?
that's right. I just remembered. The prosecutor forgot his key. It was Mr. Portsman, sir.
What? Please tell me more, Miss Bride. Quickly. Well, this is becoming interesting.
It was around 12 a.m.
It's /R guessed. /R and then space and then your message.
Mr. Portsman had forgotten his office key, so he came down to security, sir.
And that's when you loaned the master key to him?
No way! It's against regulations to loan the master key out to anyone. I walked with Mr. Portsman to his office and opened the door for him personally, sir.
I see.
And then, what happened after that?
Well, he called for me to come close up his office as he was leaving to go home. That was around 1:30 a.m., I think. So,
So, in summary, for the sake of one forgetful prosecutor, you used the master key twice tonight.
Talk about suspicious.
I doubt you can say that you've never left your keys at home, Detective. I think this calls for a thorough examination of Mr. Portsman's door. If that's the case, let's go do it then. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Well, I wanted to look at the keyhole, I think, right? The door is locked tight.
I bet the old credit card trick wouldn't work here, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
This is the office of a high prosecutor, Detective. These doors would be pretty ineffective if the average cat burglar could get through them.
Aha! So I guess only a great cat burglar could get in. That must be who our culprit is.
Might I advise you to return that conclusion to whatever pawn shop you bought it from? Okay, so I guess that's not what I wanted to look at. What else? Room 1203. I take it that this is Mr. Portsman's office?
yeah, you can't mistake it because of that basketball hoop, sir.
Trying to think. That maybe Portsman could have tricked her to think she was unlocking his office when really she was unlocking Edgeworth's office. I mean, if it's just a matter of the basketball hoop. Oh, hey, long name. It's been a while. The best superpower of this series? Logic. Yeah, I suppose so. But it's good to see you, long name. It's been a while. Anyhow, I'm thinking maybe they could have faked it because it seems like they could slide the number or name on that plaque pretty easily, and moving the basketball hoop is pretty simple too. And it sounds exactly like the type of thing they would do in this game, I think. At least for a first case.
Oh, that reminds me. Mr. Portsman had actually wanted room 1202 really badly.
1202, okay. And that's, I'm assuming, our room?
But since you were already occupying it, Mr. Edgeworth, we put him next door, sir.
Oh, he wanted 1203 probably because he wanted to steal the files. So his actual goal was probably stealing the files for whatever reason, and he killed his friend just so they won't get find it. So why was Mr. Portsman so particular about getting room 1202?
I'm not sure, but I bet it's because of something like his birthday is December 2nd?
Yep, that's gotta be it. I can't think of another reason why.
You're right, Snore. Wolf is missing. Well, you should have seen the Steam notification, but but still, doesn't hurt.
I could think of at least 3. Why am I even wasting time thinking about this?
Okay, well that was interesting, I gotta say. Anything else about the door I can examine? I don't know, the hinge or something? Oh, he's not in the group? Really? I was sure he was. Oh well, I thought he mentioned a couple times seeing the... Oh, okay, thanks man. I didn't know you do that. Appreciate it.
A minimalist yet classy door made of top quality wood.
And it's kind of majestic too. Fits in really well with the ambience of the prosecutor's offices. Even Mr. Portsman seemed dignified, just because he works behind one of these.
Nonsense.
A man doesn't become more or less dignified because of where he works.
Well, he still seems more dignified than Mr. Payne.
Mr. Payne? I suppose custodial work can also be dignified.
Okay, I think we're done with this. Ooh, what about the pole?
It's Mr. Portsman's personal basketball hoop.
I can't believe you put something like this in the hallway of a prosecutor's office.
But, you know, it's actually pretty useful, sir. I haven't gotten lost trying to get to your office since it's been here.
How long have I had the same office, and yet you still managed to get lost?
Okay, I really think that's it. I can't think of anything else I can examine here. I'll try going back. I kind of feel like asking. Well, maybe we can try. I don't know. Yeah. Every suspicious nook and cranny. I think we can examine around here.
1202. These 4 numbers on a number plate alone proclaim this to be my office.
Whoops. Hey, these number plates slide right out, sir.
That's what I thought. No, 3DS is a no-go. Snore. This is for regular old DS.
They have to be able to take the plate off when a room becomes vacant, you know. Although, the idea that it can be so easily removed is kind of...
Oh yeah, they did upgrade it, I gotta say. The characters walking is a nice touch. The little sprites. But it's, I wonder why he doesn't, like, I don't know, write this in his organizer, because it's pretty important. Pretty sure that Portsman asked Bird to open this door while pretending it to be his office, because other than the hoop, it's impossible to tell.
I don't see any signs of forced entry.
And according to the guard, no signs that the lock was picked either, sir.
Meaning that the door really was opened with a key. Did you happen to ask if any prints were lifted from the doorknob?
Apparently, the doorknob's clean as a whistle. A wipe, they think.
Whoever this thief is, they did a good job of not leaving any clues behind.
Anything else about the door, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, same thing. Okay. Oh wait, I think I missed. Whatever. Okay, next time we'll read the dialogue anyway. Anyhow, I don't know, maybe I'll ask her again, because something about this is odd. Maybe not. Can I present her anything? I showed her the key already. Well, I don't know. Gumshoe, what do you think?
Yes, sir.
Anything of interest, maybe? Or about investigating?
Detective Gumshoe, you look rather intrigued by something. Care to share?
It's nothing. But I noticed that Mr. Portsman calls his partner Jim. And the detective in that Sunday night drama, All My Cops, is named Jim, too. I bet one of them is a big fan of that show.
You seem to know a little something about it yourself. I take it you watch it too.
Oh, of course. The tight bond of friendship between prosecutor and detective is great, sir. But it's nothing compared to the super strong relationship we have.
Oh, friendship, detective? I think you're mistaking it with pity.
How can you say that, sir? After all we've been through, too.
Okay, anything else? I don't know. It just seems like he doesn't have anything important to say.
I assume you understand how to conduct investigations, Detective Gumshoe?
Of course, sir. Examine things by
Yeah. Okay, it's game mechanics. Yeah, I get that too. Yeah, Edgeworth is an asshole, but he's kind of an asshole that we love to hate. You know? Even though I kind of love to love him too. Okay, I think we're done with him. Let's just keep looking around. Maybe something with a ball, or... I looked at the ball. Maybe something with a... Let's see if this can be moved.
What is a basketball hoop doing here?
Hey, didn't you know this used to be outside, next to the building a long time ago?
So when and why was it moved indoors?
I don't remember exactly, but I saw one of the officers drag it up here recently.
Drag it?
I heard that it wouldn't fit in the elevator, so the poor guy had to bring it in himself.
All the way up to the 12th floor.
Oh, hold on. Wait, I got an idea. Let's take another look. That's true. Can I maybe... Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Want to try and maybe present... Can I do that? Try and see if the master key actually works? No, I don't think so. Shit. Was there a hoop there? Because the prosecutor, whose office is right next to it, likes... He's an athlete or something. He wanted to. Basically, that's the reason. So I can't use this either. Can't ask Bird anything else. Maybe there is something about the logic that I can connect. Let's see. Files in disarray. The culprit rearranged my files twice, once before, once after. Why? Master key was stolen. Use the master key. This key was used. Maybe I can connect these two? Seems a bit obvious, but I don't know. It doesn't hurt to try, I guess. Let's see if I can connect these. Oh, there we go.
Miss Bird, I'm afraid there's a flaw in your story.
What? No way, pal. I mean, sir.
You said that you locked up Mr. Portsman's office at around 1:30 a.m., correct? However, the master key had already been stolen at that time.
Wow. Nothing gets by you, Mr. Edgeworth. You saw that contradiction like a pro. I totally forgot to tell you about that, but thanks to you, I remember it now. You're right. It was around that time that I realized the master key was missing.
And?
Well, I'm a security guard, sir. I couldn't just admit to losing the master key, could I? So I pretended to lock up his room, sir.
You pretended?
Yeah, I used my house key and made it look like I was locking up, sir.
Wait, and when we got in the morning, the office wasn't locked, if I remember right. The door was open. We thought it was weird. So maybe that backs up my theory of that she actually opened the wrong door. And then maybe he I don't know, he pickpocketed it off her or something. I don't know. Or maybe he knew she would fake it so he could come back later or something to kill the other guy. I don't know, we'll see.
So in actuality, you never did relock the door then?
Well, I thought that maybe I could go lock it after I found the key. Come to think of it, I guess this door still hasn't been locked properly.
Sportsman's office data jotted down in my organizer. Okay. Now, hold on, let me see if I can ask her any new things. No. But if his door, well, we don't know if he came in. We don't know if he came into his office. Well, it seems logical that if it was a body, I don't know. Well, let's just check it out again. Deduce. Maybe now I can deduce about this. It said it's locked, so I'll try this. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Maybe I think what it said. She could not lock it up, so it should still be open, but it's not. I think that's it. Eureka! There's a contradiction here between reality and the evidence. If what Miss Bird has said is true, then why is this door locked tight?
Huh? You know, you're right.
Miss Bird, are you sure you didn't relock this door?
I'm certain of it, sir. And I don't think Mr. Portsman noticed it himself that I hadn't.
Which means... what, sir?
It either means that he actually does have the key to his office, or that the door Miss Bird opened wasn't this one at all, but a completely different one.
She opened a different door, but how can you prove that?
There's an easy way to find out. All we need to do is... Hey Wada, how you doing, man? We need to examine these. Prints on the master key, prints on the doorknob, prints on the number plate. Prints on the number plate, I think, because if it's been switched, then someone definitely touched it recently. Yeah, this game is all about Edgeworth. It's it's a spin-off. The prints on the number plate will tell us all we need to know.
Everything? Really? Like what, sir?
Like, well, for example, such as... Really? Well, we know for sure that Detective Gumshoe's dinner will only consist of instant noodles.
Wow, that was amazing, sir. How did you know?
Was that supposed to be a joke to cheer me up, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, that's it. Now then, we should get back to doing what we need to do, and that is... Examine these. Well, if... On the master key, no, wait. Do someone as Italo-American? Well, remind me, what, because, hey, I'm walking here, all that? From Hotel Dusk? Yeah, I can do that. Remind me next time we got a character that you think it fits. Bats, and you got it. Okay, let's think for a second. So we know that he either had the key, or that she never... Well, I don't see what Prince of the Master Key would help us, because she's the only one... It was probably wiped, I don't think it... Yeah. Prince of the Doorknob, I think. Let's try that, I don't know. Actually, what, isn't Phoenix right on that? In Marvel vs. Capcom 3, I think, or one of them at least. Anyhow, Prince on the Doorknob. That's my best bet. The Prince on the Doorknob will tell us everything.
Hey, you! Yeah, you, pal. Do us a favor and see what you can lift from this, okay?
Oh, that's actually pretty badass, Wada. That photo.
So, what did you find out?
There's no need for such belligerent, nostril-flaring, detective.
Sir, I have found only Mr. Portsman's and Mr. Faith's prints on this doorknob.
So only 2 people's prints were found on this, huh? That's pretty decisive.
I'm lost, sir.
Thinking logically, a certain other person's prints should be on this knob as well. Whose prints should be on this doorknob? Well, what did you just say? Hold on, do I have... No, I don't think I have... Let me to retrust what they said. Well, Maggie's and Jacques is there, right? Because she opened and locked his. Shit, I missed what he said. I don't see any reason Dick or Buddy's prince should be there. But if he, I don't know. Well, we'll see. But if he hasn't, if Hermione and she opened the door to my office instead of his, then her prince shouldn't even be there, right? So I'm gonna try that. Oh, wait, I got it.
Don't you find it odd that the prints of the person who unlocked this door are absent?
You mean...
Yes, the door that Miss Bird opened could not have been this one, but a different one.
Okay. So you know that it's not this one, and now we just need to prove that it's mine.
What have we here?
Yeah, every suspicious nook and cranny. What's this?
What's this?
Looks like a scrap of paper. I'll get it, sir.
Gumshoe is like a fucking dog or something. His whole attitude.
Let's see. Oh, there's something written on it.
I guess Gumshoe could be like a dog and Edgeworth could be kind of like a cat because he's an asshole, but... What's that? I brought the 3 pieces of evidence by just like we talked about on the phone, but it looks like you're out. Guess I'll catch up to you later, buddy. 3 pieces of evidence by just like we talked about on the phone, but it looks like you're out. Guess I'll catch... Okay.
It looks like the note from the victim.
Yeah, and it's for Mr. Portsman.
Okay. Not sure what that means yet. Anything else? I'm not sure. It's probably to look up and down, yeah. I know, the basketball, the... Ooh! Hold on. Yeah, there's something here. It looks like it's... That's what I thought. It's been moved and returned to a different spot. Rather, I want to look at... that. No, not that. Fine, I'll do it over this.
What's this?
What are you looking at, sir? Oh, hey, how about a game?
That's okay, detective. I just found the position of this hoop to be a little off.
Hey, you're right, sir.
I guess it shifted when someone made a seriously sweet
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that felt weird to say in the middle.
I guess it shifted when someone made a seriously sweet slam dunk.
The positioning of the hoop is definitely unnatural. I'd better take note of this.
Yeah. We already figured it out, Edgy. Come on. Investigation complete. Ooh. Health up.
Poking around in this hallway has actually paid off quite handsomely.
Huh? How so, sir? How so, sir?
In a variety of different ways. I think it's time we had a little chat with the real culprit of this case.
You know who the killer is? Oh wow, Mr. Edgeworth.
As long as my logic is sound, then yes. The mastermind behind this murder is none other than Mr. Portsman.
What? Mr. Portsman?
I knew it. That's exactly what my logic senses were telling me, too. I suspected it was him from the instant he accused Maggie of being the killer, sir.
That is anything but logical. Lady and gentlemen, prepare yourselves. Come what may, it's time to knock on truth's door.
Ah, shit, I forgot to get my dun-dun ready. Hold on a second, I'll do it quickly. There we go. Okay, better late than never, I think.
Mr. Portsman, I finished processing the bloody letters, sir.
Alright,
Let me take a gander at it. Pass it here. Okay, looking good. You there, take good care of this.
Oh! He just got hit in the face and said nothing.
Well, if it isn't Detective Gumshoe.
End of the line for you, Portsman. Oh, we've got you now.
Call off your dog, Mr. Edgeworth. Is this some kind of joke?
It's no joke. We know, Mr. Jacques Portsman, that you are the guilty party in this case.
You must be pretty upset getting chased out of your own room. I'd be mad too. So I guess you can stay, if you promise to stay out of our way.
You intend to hide your crime under the guise of a prosecutor doing his job. I can see right through you the unsightly paper-thin mask that you wear upon your cowl.
Who'd ever have thought it would come to this? Actually, come to think of it, your mentor was Manfred von Kammer, right? The legendary prosecutor who never lost a single case for 40 years long.
Until he met Phoenix Wright, that is.
Well, there was always this incessant chatter about forged evidence with that guy. Really teaches me that I've got to stay on the lookout for false accusations, you know?
This is no. I think this is between the third and fourth Phoenix Wright games. But from what I've read, there are no spoilers, or I would have played the other Phoenix Wright games first. It's kind of off. Like I think there are some references and shit, but it's an what's the word? It's a spin-off, so it doesn't directly connect with any of the main plot. I think. At least that's what I read. Are you done trying to play mind games with me? Because they don't work. The only thing you should be using that mouth of yours for... Oh, sorry. The only thing you should be using that mouth of yours for now is explaining yourself. Although that too will only dig your hole deeper. Either way, your game is up.
Well, aren't we full of ourselves? Even though you have yet to prove anything.
The rebuttal. Okay, gotta listen carefully.
I have no idea what sort of harebrained idea you have in mind, but...
Well, no, actually, I think I never played the third Phoenix Wright, so I technically skipped one. I didn't play Apollo Justice, I think. Only Trials and Tribulations, I think.
There's a mountain of evidence that points away from me being the culprit. Besides, how, may I ask, do you propose I unlocked your door and got in here? Look, I feel bad doing this to you, but I've got work to do, so we're done here.
Okay, see you later, Bats. Hope you feel better, man. Sorry, but we are not finished yet.
Boy, you're stubborn. I suppose you're basing your accusations on something?
I'll show you what I'm basing my accusations on. With evidence. Okay, so I think it's the part where he says, how could he... How do I propose he unlock the door? I'll start by pressing him and then we'll see if any of my evidence works.
Hold it!
Unfortunately, I believe I have already shown how earlier.
Your speculations mean nothing, as I still insist that I could not gain access to your room.
What should I do now? Should I raise an objection? Let's see exactly what sort of evidence do we have. I think I should object. I got that note, that doesn't help. She unlocked this door, Prince won the doorknob. I need something a bit more concrete than that, I think. It's a bit on the whim, but I'll give it a shot. Maybe with a profile, though. Does it say about Maggie that she... No. She opened the door twice. That's what I need. Well, let's do our first objection. We'll see. Oh. Thought it was gonna be more dramatic. You claim to have had no way to open my door. However, is that really the honest truth? Haha. Alright, I'll humor you. Go ahead, shoot. Very well then. I propose that you use this to open my door. Oh, well if that's the way we're doing it, then I think this is how we open the door. Take that! Let's see if that worked. I believe you were able to open my office door with a master key, no less. Objection! Wait. Hold on for a sec. I never laid a finger on that key, as you already know. Precisely. You were able to open my door without lifting a single finger. Well, maybe you did, but only to direct. Oh, he's getting nervous. That's right. You used your finger to direct this person to open my door with the key. Take that! You had asked Miss Bird to open your own office door for you, yes? Yeah, I kind of forgot my key at home. Happens a bit too often for my taste, you know. But the room you had Miss Bird open at that time was not your own, was it?
What?
You have quite the imagination. Well, why don't we ask the girl herself whose door she opened, shall we?
I'm certain that it was Mr. Portsman's door, sir. I checked the number plate to make sure I was opening the right door, sir.
See? Miss Bird backs up my story. Yet, what if you had misled her, to fool her into thinking what you wanted? Ha! And how do you suppose I did that? By switching the number plates on our doors, for example. That's right, I like how she switched sides all of a sudden.
They do slide out pretty easily.
Furthermore, you used one other thing to give a very strong impression. That the door she was opening was yours and not, in fact, mine. What was it that Mr. Portsman used to make Miss Bird think that it was his room? Obviously, the basketball hoop, which we know was moved. Take that!
What? The basketball hoop, sir?
It's quite the peculiar fixture in any hallway, let alone a hallway in this building. Which is why it left an unusually strong impression on you. It's an object perfectly suited to sit just outside the office of a peculiar prosecutor. Gah! Gah!
That's very true, sir. Because there was a basketball hoop sitting there. I thought the door I was opening had to be Mr. Portsman's.
There are signs that the hoop has been moved. To sit in front of my office, to be sure. I see. So that's how people throw suspicion on people. Thanks for the tip. But I think your conjecture is a little off the racetrack. Or is it? Conjecture's rebuttal. No, now you're just spouting nonsense. I had the girl open my office door. After that, I was in my room the entire time. You don't have a single reason to suspect me. Oh, actually I do. You really shouldn't have said that. So he intends to claim his innocence to the end, does he? I'm as pure and innocent as my jacket. And Miss Bird is as guilty and is as dirty and guilty as the jacket she wears.
My jacket's not dirty, I'll have you know. I just washed it yesterday.
Please calm down, for I intend to show who is the one truly covered in slime here. Okay, so we know that was in my office room the entire time, and we know that's wrong because I can present him with this. Objection! Oh, finally an objection. Objection! That was a lie. What are you talking about? How was that a lie? This is a note that the victim left for you, Mr. Portsman. Oh, left for you, Mr. Portsman. A note? It was left under your door. Or did you not notice? And right here it says, "But you're out." You were not in your room when the victim came to call on you. So then, where were you, and what were you doing? Ah! Shall I explain it in full detail for you? You were busy snooping around in my room, the very room you had Miss Bird open for you. That's just nonsense. You have no evidence that I made the girl open your door for me. Oh, but I do. I have very decisive evidence. No way! This is proof positive that you had Miss Bird open the door for you. Actually, I'm not sure. Proof positive that he had Miss Bird open the door. Let me look. Murder weapon, only one shot fired. 205. I really don't know. Oh, that her prints weren't on the doorknob. I assume, at least. And I haven't used that yet, so I'll try it. I'm really not sure though. Can I check this somehow? No, I can't. Let's try this. Take that! Add your door dusted for prints. My door? Huh, what for? Come on, I bet you didn't find anything. You sure are good at wasting time. You're right, I didn't find anything. And definitely not Miss Bird's fingerprints. Oh, right. Her prints? What do they have to do with anything? People wear gloves, you know. Yeah, but she doesn't. The thing is that she supposedly opened his office door for him, and she doesn't wear gloves. And her prints weren't on his office door, but I bet they are on mine. And that's how we prove that. Let's put it this way. If she really was the one who opened your door, then her prints should naturally be on the doorknob she touched. Ah! Furthermore, all the prints on my office door's knob have been wiped clean off. Oh, right. So that's even more suspicious. I can only assume it's because Miss Bird's fingerprints were on it. Don't you think it's time you gave up your charade? We know you stole into my office with the intent of stealing something from me. And Detective Faith found you out. Possibly because he heard sounds coming from a room whose occupant was on leave. Mr. Portsman, you killed Mr. Faith to silence him. And I had the misfortune to return when I did. Yeah, sorry. You had to threaten me as you escaped. As I said when you had the gun to my back, no one gets away with committing murder in my office.
Just what's so funny, pal?
Well, that look of stiff seriousness on the face of this office's finest prosecutor.
as he makes a huge mistake in accusing me is simply too much to bear. There's just nothing else like it in the world.
What?
Mr. Edgeworth just explained it all, and even backed it up. You're the murderer. Stop trying to be slippery and just admit to the crime already.
And as I said earlier... Oh, sorry.
And as I said earlier, it's also circumstantial, so full of conjecture. You say you checked my doorknob for prints? Well, I can readily confess that I wiped that doorknob down well.
Eh?
I'm a little obsessive-compulsive, you see. I didn't want to touch a doorknob that you had touched. Which is why I wiped the doorknob down as soon as I could after you opened the door. After that, it makes perfect sense that only Jim's and my own prints would be on there.
You made that up just now, didn't you?
Furthermore, as for the note Jim left for me, do you know exactly when that was? For all we know, he could have left it there before I arrived at the office. Like early evening, for example.
Oh, but that's... Oh, early evening. But you would have noticed that. When you came into the office, when she opened it for you. That doesn't make sense. You should have noticed that. Are you saying you failed to notice a note on your doorway?
Hey, even geniuses fail at times.
Oh, so that's his defense.
I was probably too preoccupied by work-related matters, although that's no excuse.
No, that's just a flat-out lie. There's no way you didn't notice a note that size.
But you can't prove that, can you?
Say something, Mr. Edgeworth. Back me up here, sir.
Portsman makes a good point. I can't prove that he didn't simply overlook it.
Besides, I have an airtight alibi.
Airtight, you say?
I only realized that I had one just now as we were talking. I guess it would have been better for all of us if I had told you sooner.
Portsman's alibi.
If memory serves, you came back to this office at around 2 AM, correct? It was then that you had that unfortunate confrontation at gunpoint with the culprit. But at exactly that moment, I was down in criminal affairs. Ask around. I'm sure the other detectives will corroborate my story. It's the perfect alibi.
Do you really think it's that perfect?
Like I said, I don't care. Ask around all you like. You'll see for yourself.
Detective Gumshoe?
Sir, yes sir. I'll go check out his alibi, sir. Be right back. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, I think we're in trouble. It's just like Mr. Portman said. The guys down in criminal affairs said they saw him at around 2 AM.
You see?
All of the evidence points to him being the culprit. So there must be a contradictory point in his alibi somewhere. Well, I can check the times, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna need to press him. Let me look for a second at my evidence and the times we have. The body was found at around 2:05. Oh, that's when I found him, actually. Yeah, and that's when we had the meeting with the culprit, assumingly. Twin brother, could be. Any other times that we know of? Not really. We know that at 1 the key went missing, but that doesn't work anymore. I guess I'll just have to press him for everything. You're correct. It was around 2 AM.
Are you sure? It's really important to me that you're spot on with the time.
I remember checking my watch then, and make no mistake, it was 2.
Ooh, giving testimony like a pro. Okay, so you came back to your office at 2.
It's then that you had the unfortunate confrontation at gunpoint with the culprit. I don't know, maybe it's the fact that how does he know it was a gunpoint? No, I'm pretty sure he said so already.
Hold it!
It is as you say, however...
Yes, however, you are the only one who claims to have bumped into the culprit. So tell me, did you see the person's face? Was it me you saw?
You're not using culprit lures. It was pitch black, so I couldn't actually see.
Objection!
Oh, come on. I'm sure you saw something. Try a little harder, why don't you?
I'm beginning to feel like I'm the one being interrogated here.
Oh well, doesn't matter if you remember or not. It only matters that you ran into the culprit.
But that's the thing, we don't know that it was the culprit. Even though it kinda has to be him. Unless he had another person working with him, but it doesn't really make sense. We can't back that up, so let's keep pressing.
Hold it!
So you paid the Criminal Affairs Department a visit.
Yup, right after I left the prosecutor's building, I headed straight for the precinct.
Hold it!
I can't poke any holes on this. Well, we did go and ask around to confirm your testimony.
And it was just as I said, right?
Yes, sir. A number of detectives said that they saw you at around that time.
See? I have the perfect alibi. That's the ace I had up my sleeve.
Oh, impossible. He actually does have the perfect alibi.
What's wrong? Why the sudden sullen look on your face?
Can't you say anything back, Mr. Edgeworth?
I think we've reached the end of the line, and it's time to get off this crazy train. You there,
Sir,
please escort the young lady out, but remember, be gentle.
Maggie!
Detective Gumshoe!
is there nothing I can do? There must be a way to turn this situation around. If I only had a clue. Did I miss something that can help me cast a doubt on his alibi? The intruder I met could not have been Portsmouth, then who could it have been? I need to calmly think this through one more time, and with logic. Okay, so I got the files in disarray. The culprit rearranged my files twice, once before and once after. Why? Got his alibi that it could not have been Portsmouth. His alibi right now is bulletproof or airtight. And yeah, another handgun. Other than the victim's gun that I found, could there be another gun in play here? Maybe these two can connect, I'm not sure, but it's my best shot right now, I think. There were two bullets left at the scene of the crime. One that robbed Mr. Faith of his life, and one that nearly robbed me of my jacket. However, the murder weapon only shows signs of being fired once, meaning that it is entirely possible that a second gun was used in my office tonight. But, seeing as how the killer had to steal Mr. Faith's gun, I doubt the killer had another gun up their sleeve. Therefore, the second gun could have been the property of an entirely different person, which could mean that there was another person who paid a visit to my office tonight. So we are going down that path. Well, we need to find a way to prove it somehow. Or back it up at least. Files in disarray. Oh, and that's why the files were rearranged twice. Because the person found me, but maybe the person, I don't know, the second person tried to look for the file again? I guess that's a possibility. Maybe two people were racing for that file from 10 years ago. That could work, I suppose. Supposing there was yet another visitor tonight, that would also resolve the issue of why my shelves were upended twice. We know that the shelves were disturbed once before and once after the murder. So it shouldn't be much of a stretch to think that it was the work of two different people. Once by the person who stole the victim's gun and then killed him with it, and once again after the murder by our second culprit, who was the owner of the second gun. If we suppose that the second culprit's gun was the one that was pointed at my back.
Objection!
Thanks, Dolan. I appreciate it. Mr. Portsman, it seems that I need to amend my assumptions regarding this case.
Great, so you've finally come to your senses.
Mr. Edgeworth,
Sir, what are you saying?
This has been a big misunderstanding on my part from the start. I had assumed that the person I ran into was the killer, but that may not be the case.
What do you mean?
The person I ran into was just your average thief.
A thief? But sir, doesn't that cause some sort of contradiction in the facts?
Not at all. It simply means that the killer was someone else. It means that, in actuality, two culprits stole into my office tonight.
What do you mean, two?
It explains both why my shelves were disturbed twice and how there were two guns. Mr. Portsman tricked Miss Bird and gained entry into my office.
No, you're just leading the argument. You still don't have any actual proof, you know.
If you could please go along with my hypothetical scenario for now, Mr. Portsman. In the end, if you really are innocent, you should have nothing to worry about.
Grr.
Now then, returning to my scenario, Mr. Portsman was out to steal something from me. Which is why he checked my secret safe and ransacked my shelves. This is the first time.
So then, this would be when the files were put back in the wrong order, right?
Oh hey Weru, good to see you, man. Correct. And then, just when he was about to look somewhere else, who should walk in but his own partner, Mr. Faith? Sorry, I need some water.
But why did Mr. Faith come into your room, sir?
He probably had business with Mr. Portsman, which is why he was in the area. But that's when he noticed sounds coming from my office. Oh, but that's when he noticed sounds coming from my office would be my guess. From Doom 1 and 2 when he's confused? I'll look for it next time, Dolan.
oh, because you were supposed to be away, right?
And he must have thought it was odd, so he came into this office to check it out.
Correct. And as a detective, that was the right thing to do. But
But when he came in, he found his own partner standing there. Because it was Mr. Portsman, Mr. Faith probably let his guard down.
But Mr. Portsman was not so merciful as to let him leave alive. He waited for a chance and stole Mr. Faith's gun from him, and then he killed him. He silenced Mr. Faith for catching him in the act of stealing. looking a bit tense right now. Checking if that is real gold. This was the moment in which the first shot was fired. The one that landed in my files. Following that, Mr. Portsman wiped the gun down and left it behind as he made his exit. He could afford to do that because he had also left a fake dying message behind.
You're such a complicated troublemaker, you know that?
Well, if things were as simple as that, then all would be solved. However, there was yet another visitor to my room, and this is where it gets complicated.
There was another.
Visitor, sir?
Yes, and this other person's objective was also to steal something from me. Now then, even after Mr. Portsman left, the door to my office remained unlocked. However, this new visitor had no way of knowing that, and so they stole the master key from the security guard's room. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. And then entered my room and searched through my shelves. This was the second time they were disturbed, and it seems the thief found their prize.
The stolen zero file, right, sir?
Correct. Only, just as the thief was about to leave with the file, I appeared. The thief then threatened me with their own gun and made their escape. The second bullet was fired during that brief encounter.
So, the shelves getting messed up twice, and the 2 bullets. It was all because 2 different people were doing those things at 2 different times.
Precisely. So now do you see, Mr. Portsman? The person I met was just a thief, and was not, in fact, Mr. Fate's killer. Your alibi for the time frame in which I ran into the other person is now irrelevant. Because we now know that the murder took place during the first culprit's visit.
Objection!
What's so funny, pal?
Absolutely splendid. Your scenario explains everything.
Of course it does. It is Mr. Edgeworth, after all.
But you know, it still doesn't change the fact that it's all circumstantial. Supposing if, and that's a big if, your theory is right, it would indeed render my alibi, which has withstood scrutiny, mind you, irrelevant. But there is still one defining point of your argument for which you have no evidence. Your supposition that I was the first visitor.
Grrr. Mr. Edgeworth, you can't let him get away with that, sir.
But he has a point. I have absolutely no proof at this point.
Don't say that, sir.
I don't believe this. Don't worry, Maggie. I'll do something if I must.
He knows. Oh, sorry.
You know something. I find your attitude to be somewhat peculiar, Mr. Edgeworth. If the person you met really was just a plain old thief, then why is that person not your main suspect? That is, if your theory is correct.
Alibi part 2. Okay.
That thief you ran into should be your real suspect, wouldn't you say? We should be out there looking for that thief right now. They might still be nearby. I hate to repeat myself, but as I've already said, I was training in my room. And when Jim came to deliver some evidence to me, I was down at Criminal Affairs. So I can't be expected to know what happened around here after I left.
So you think we should be out there looking for the thief?
Of course, now isn't the time to be wasting time on dead-end discussions.
I don't think it's at all dead-ended. I find your alibi to be fascinating. Let's continue where we left off, shall we? I know he's lying. I know he was here, at the scene of the crime. I just have to find a way to prove it. Well, beats me right now. I guess we'll start by pushing him, and we'll see where that leads. Pressing, not pushing. Actually, no, I wouldn't.
Why not?
That's elementary. The dying message, of course. Mr. Faith's killer very clearly left those letters on the spines of those files. And it was after they were on there that the thief stole one of them.
You mean the Zero files, right?
And that's how we know the letters themselves were a setup, and not from Mr. Faith. If the thief was the killer, do you think they would try to undermine themselves? Actually, there we go. I think he just proved it.
Ah! Maybe the killer just didn't think of that either? Yes, that must be it. Maybe. Just maybe.
Okay, let's keep pressing then. Once escaped, I highly doubt a thief would linger nearby. Also, oh, maybe the fact that we found the book right near there, right outside the office. Let me think about it. If the killer was the thief and he took the binder, then he would obviously notice the blood there, right? And if he put it right outside there, he would have to notice the blood. There's no other way, and he would put it back in. Because that's otherwise, like, the only reason he wouldn't do that is if he wasn't the killer, and he wouldn't give two shits if the killer was caught because he got what he wanted. I think that's it. But let's go through this dialogue anyway. Once escaped, I highly doubt a thief would linger nearby.
Well, you never know. Maybe they didn't get what they were really after.
Oh, you talk like you know quite a bit of this thief.
Ah, it's nothing like that. I have no idea about anything, after all.
You already said he was training in his room. It's not criminal affairs. Okay, I think it's the first one. Assuming because of all everything he said that we pressed, I'm gonna try and present them with the file, which was found right outside. It's kind of a stretch, but it's the best thing I got right now, I think. Wait, maybe I can. I actually never checked it. Oh, I can examine it properly. Well, it did say discovering the hallway of the prosecutor's building, so maybe that's what I need. Maybe it is that. Let's try. Objection. I must object to your line of logic.
And which part do you have an objection to?
It's... yes, well...
Stay cool, Mr. Edgeworth. You're no good when you're all flustered.
The detective's right, for a change.
Damn it. How did it come to this? Calm down, Miles. Listen carefully and think everything through a bit more rationally. Okay, so I guess I need to keep pressing. Because my logic wasn't good enough. But according to Mr. Faith's note...
Hold on. I thought we already cleared that up. Didn't we say that Jim left that note for me in the early evening? If you have proof that he left it at a different time, say, just before he was murdered.
I don't have any, no.
You see? So I insist again that I was in my office the entire time.
When Jim came to deliver some evidence, he was down in criminal affairs. I'll press it, but I don't see why. It's good to press everything, I guess. Why didn't you go there with Mr. Faith?
Ah, That's because he said he was tired and he was going to take a quick nap. You know those sofas in the hallway? He likes to sleep on those. It's one of his habits.
What of the evidence he brought?
There were things related to yesterday's case. Just 2 items. A gun and a pendant.
2 items. Yeah, too crucial to let slip through the cracks. First of all, there's the fact that he brought... First of all, there's a gun that could have been used, I suppose. Second of all, it says that there were only 2 items when the note clearly says 3. That's a contradiction right there. A gun and pendant that are repeated relate to yesterday's case. Okay, so I guess it is always good to press things. You never know what you're gonna come up with. 3 pieces of evidence by just like, okay, so he's hiding something. It's gotta be this.
Objection!
Only 2 pieces? I believe the proper phrase here is, you fail.
Excuse me?
You fail as a prosecutor, Mr. Portsman, as you intended to keep evidence hidden from me.
What are you talking about? I haven't hidden anything from you.
Well, there's a piece I think you should read. Carefully.
It says that Mr. Faith was bringing 3 pieces.
Yes, and this is the victim's real dying message to you, Mr. Portsman.
I can't believe to get tripped up by this simple arithmetic.
Where is the missing piece of evidence?
It's...
You have it, don't you? Only the guilty would make such a face. Detective Gumshoe?
You don't have to say it, sir. I'll pat the guy down from head to toe.
Don't come any closer. I'm warning you.
This is all part of the investigation, pal. So don't even think about stopping me.
No!
Hey, what's this? He had this on him, sir.
Despite what you said, it would appear that you do have something to hide.
But why would he hide something like that?
There's only one reason why anyone would hide evidence of this caliber. Because it would unequivocally point to that person himself as the real killer. Let's examine this videotape in a little more detail. For the section of the tape that will drive the last nail into his coffin. What does it say over there? I killed Buddy. The KG-8 incident.
That's a police case number, sir. Does that mean this video is evidence from that case?
Interesting. However, what's recorded on this isn't what's important right now. Let's give the casing a thorough once over. Okay, let's keep looking. Oh, snap! He had it on him. That's the only... Yep, that proves it. And that's probably a bullet hole, right? He had the tape on him. Why did he even take it? He could have left it on him. Or then, oh, but maybe because he didn't have the other 2 pieces. I don't know. Well, we'll see in a second, but this has to be it. Okay, SD, thanks. It's good to know. I know that a lot of times in these games, people like to get quiet, and that's cool, because they just want to watch. But it's always fun to know that people are actually actively watching. So thanks, man.
That's blood, isn't it?
Yes, and I believe this is what the good prosecutor was trying to hide from us. This blood is still fresh.
You mean this might be Detective Faith's blood?
No! You've got it all wrong.
No amount of denial can save you.
You have but to run a blood test to find the truth. You told us that you had received evidence from the victim earlier. Now you will tell us when and how did the victim's blood find its way onto this video?
Yeah, it's totally suspicious.
Was it at the moment of his death? Did Detective Faith have this videotape on his personage when you killed him?
You know very well there's no way to prove that.
Not even if we were to examine this tape for fingerprints. If I had to take a guess, I'd say that the only ones on here would belong to the murderers, to the murderous you, and Mr. Faith.
No! Impossible!
What? Oh, dude. Oh, shit! Did you choke on that? Oh, that was a bit preemptive, but still good.
Mr. Portman has been placed under arrest for the murder of Detective Buddy Faith, sir.
I didn't know so many people on Safe Street Heroes are into fishing. I only fished once and it was nice and all, but I don't know. Kind of feel bad for the fish, I gotta admit. But the one time we fished, we gave it to. I think we eventually gave the fish to some street cats. So I guess it works out in the end.
Very good.
The results we got back from the lab takes on the tape turned out to be real solid, sir. The blood work came back, and it was definitely Mr. Faith's blood on there. And as a bonus, they were also able to lift a few of Mr. Faith's fingerprints as well.
Thank you so much, Mr. Edgeworth. I still can't believe I got to see your cool deduction skills outside the courtroom. I'm impressed beyond words, sir.
It was nothing. I'm just sorry you got caught up in a murder in my office. Please accept my apologies.
Aw, it was nothing, really, compared to what I've been through, I mean. I consider myself lucky that it was only a burglary and a murder this time, sir. If it had been a holdup or a hostage situation, I'd have thrown my hands up in the air.
Oh, Bats, you're back. How do you feel, man? Is your head better?
I think I'm finally rising up from a good goddess of misfortune to just an unlucky person.
Something tells me we should have hired a different person for security detail.
You know something, sir? That Mr. Portsman really was one corrupt prosecutor.
And why would you say he was corrupt?
Well, I heard that there were a number of suspicious things related to his court cases. There's even rumors about how some of the evidence he uses is forged, sir.
Forged evidence, huh?
And they say he even decided not to prosecute a few cases for some really vague reasons.
Oh, that guy was a complete disgrace to the entire profession.
We never did get around to asking what his reason was for breaking into my office.
Yeah, whenever we got near that topic, he just clammed up.
Although, we can't be pretty certain that it was to steal something.
This is just between you and me, sir, but there's a rumor that some sort of huge organization is involved behind the scenes.
Oh, well, well. With Mr. Portsman not willing to divulge anything, it certainly lends credence to that rumor.
It would seem that we haven't heard the last of this.
Huh? Then Mr. Portsman isn't the bad guy?
I didn't say that, but rather that there are still many more mysteries for us to solve. For example, we still haven't figured out the significance of this piece of evidence. I think the safe. Either the safe. I think the stolen O series file. We still don't know why they wanted to steal it.
Take that!
The person who stole this file, the other villain of the night.
Yeah, I wonder who it was.
And what happens to the stolen pages? Happened to the stolen pages? I wonder, who in the world was it that held me up at gunpoint?
Mr. Edgeworth, sir.
Yes?
I came across this while I was processing your office earlier, sir.
This card.
What is it, sir? Is that a bird or something on there?
It's not just any bird. It's the mark of the raven. A three-legged raven. Even you should know what this is, detective.
Oh, it's about that thing, isn't it? That great thief everyone is talking about.
Yes, it is the mark of the great thief Yatagarasu. Oh my god, that is difficult with an accent. Under the mark of a legendary bird, the Yatagarasu is noble to the end, a modern Robin Hood. What's that? Yatagarasu hunts embassy. The noble Yatagarasu, vigilante of the business world, reappears. Huh. Labeled mysterious and phantom-like, the Yatagarasu appears and vanishes at will. Though we don't know much about this thief's ultimate goal. Though we don't know much about this thief's ultimate goal, we do know the targets. The Yatagarasu likes to find and make public evidence of corrupt dealings of all sorts. The theft is always performed in silence and always with perfection. Once a target is chosen, no dramatic calling card or announcement is sent forth. Instead, the chosen corporation is infiltrated without even the target noticing. Some days later, the evidence that was found is sent out to the mass media, along with this single card. Damn, ASD, that's pretty good. Go do that. Who needs that job at McDonald's? Although, it has been a while since the Yatagarasu's last appearance.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, look, something's written on the back.
What? Let me see.
It's the location of where the thief put the stolen files.
So the person who stole the contents of the file was the Yatagarasu. Yatagarasu. Organization. Quite a few key words are popping up in this mystery. The murder in my office. The return of the great thief Yatagarasu. Looking back, I can't say I didn't see these events coming. For they were heralded by the incidents that began to occur 2 days ago. Oh, we're gonna get a flashback. The end. A brand new episode has been added. I like that they added brand new and not just a new episode. Yeah, let's save. So 1 down. I think we got 4 cases to go. This was obviously the easiest and simplest one. The others will probably get to court. Turnabout Airlines. the murder that occurred in my office. The return of the great thief Yaragarasu. Thinking back, everything began on that fateful day, 2 days ago. Two days earlier. What? Wow, okay. So maybe it was wine and not, Yes, everything began high up in the air. 9,000 feet in the air, to be precise.
Thank you for flying iFly Airlines. We're currently experiencing some slight turbulence. We are asking all passengers to please return to their seats and fasten their seatbelts.
Oh, hey, Chairs. Good to see you, man. You got 30 minutes left of my stream, but thanks for showing up. And we're just starting a new episode, so... I love that. What? Hey, come on. Hey, stop that. That was excessive. Okay, never mind. If you want no Twitch chat from seeing if I'm streaming. Oh, well, that sucks. Well, I am. And if Chairs is here, then I might as well just add the chats back. Give me just 1 second. Adjust a couple of things here. What? Hey, what the fuck? Why is it like that? Oh, come on. Oh, this is bullshit. Hold on. What the hell? Why is it like that? Hold on. Why does this say chat showing me... Well, that's weird. Hold on, I'll try and fix that somehow. Oh, there we go. I think I got it now. There we go. Okay, fixed it. Sorta. Maybe. Okay, sorry for that. Okay, should be okay now. Sorry for the slight technical difficulties. Anyhow. Oh no, Phantom Detective. Haven't you seen my stream of that, Bats? It's a really good game. I really enjoyed it. Oh, what do you mean, Bats? Well, what way? Like on the bottom? Yeah, I thought it would be the best way with the DS screen being because I put it sideways. Yeah, the Sissel game, exactly. That's Ghost Detective or Phantom Detective. I'm not sure now. Ghost Trick, Phantom Detective, exactly. Thanks, Bats. Ugh. Also, I'm gonna need Chairs. I don't think you've seen one of my streams when I do. I'm not sure actually if you've seen or not. Actually, you did. Yeah, you've seen Danganronpa. So yeah, so basically because here there are no sound clips like in Danganronpa, I ask people to give me ideas for voices. So it can be a stereotype, an impersonation, an accent, anything like that. And I'll give it my best shot, and we can change all the time. So if you got a better idea for a voice for a character, just let me know. Why do I feel like I just woke up from a horrible nightmare? 6:13, huh? Guess I was out cold for about 10 minutes. Ha! Slight turbulence indeed.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently experiencing
Oh, I should have waited.
some slight turbulence. For your safety, we ask that you return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts.
I suppose turbulence is to be expected on a flight. Though admittedly, I'm less than comfortable with anything resembling earthquakes. What's this? A travel wallet? But it's not mine. How did someone else's travel wallet wind up in my pocket? My head. Why won't this headache go away? Bats, are you Edgeworth? The similarities are pretty striking. I'll take care of this travel wallet later, or hand it off to an attendant. Unless everyone in this flight is murdered. Ugh! From earthquake-like turbulence to an elevator. What airplane has an elevator? What am I doing hesitating like this? Actually, oh, so maybe I should do Edgeworth with Spanish accent then, and not a posh British one. Is there a posh Spanish accent, I wonder? Actually, I know full well why I hesitate. It was when I was still but a young child. I was caught up in a murder that happened in an elevator, of course. Oh, actually, I remember this. This happened in one of the games. Or was referenced at least in one of the games, because I remember the guy over there holding his neck. I've seen his stream, but I need to watch it again to really remember the voice. But how long am I going to let my past haunt me? One elevator I have been on, it was very funny. I broke the elevator on my floor so no one in first class could go the Oh, that's perfect, chairs. Good on you. Never actually heard of that. Was that like an international flight or a domestic flight or what? The Spanish have a posh accent dialect, e.g. is Castilian Spanish considered the numero uno? And I'm not sure that it does. Castilian Spanish is generally acknowledged to be the clearest and perhaps suited for learners of Spanish from Spain. I don't think it ranks above other Spanish accent in aesthetic quality, though. International flight. Oh yeah, that makes more sense. It's just an elevator. I'm a grown man now. I need to behave like one. What in the world happened? I don't know what voice to give her. I'm assuming a squeaky voice like I give the PA.
Is there something wrong, sir?
Is that too similar to Miss Bird's voice though? 8 hours of broken elevator of a 12-hour flight. Good on you. Fuck those rich people in first class. Fuck them. Is this too similar to Miss Bird's voice? If you guys want me to do something different, let me know. Because I feel it's a bit too similar, but maybe I'm just imagining.
Is there something wrong, sir? I must ask that you please return to your seat. Eek! He's dead!
Please calm down. You mustn't jump to conclusions without all the facts. Do the deepest voice for her? I did it. I remember on the she'll probably won't show up, but on the second Phoenix Wright game, there's the little girl, your assistant's, your sidekick's little sister. I gave that to her, but I can give it to her too. Especially in first class. Bats don't remind me. Anyhow. Please calm down. You mustn't jump to conclusions without all the facts. What's wrong? Did something happen?
You murderer.
What? No! You have it all wrong. It wasn't me. Next time you're on a plane you hear someone moan from behind the curtain, ah, fuck you, bats. Oh, hold on. I missed my cue. Okay, good. Now I feel complete. It's not from a massage. Fuck you.
Everyone, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I have an important announcement. I am one of your flight attendants today, Rhoda Tinero. Unfortunately, we have just had a minor accident on this flight.
An accident? Don't treat us like we're stupid. I caught a glimpse of it and it was a murder. Oh, I like that guy with the for the lifesavers and everything.
What? A murder? What's going on with this flight?
Everyone, please calm down. There's no reason to panic. This flight will stay on course and make its scheduled landing. We are still currently in the middle of a rough patch of turbulence. So until we are out of this area of turbulence, I ask that you please remain seated. But someone was killed, right? I mean, what about the killer? Let me off!
I'm assuming it's the fat guy eating in the bottom.
Please, there's no need to feel threatened.
Aw, thanks, Chairs. I appreciate it nonetheless. I appreciate the kind words, I really do.
We have already apprehended the culprit.
That's gonna be... How is he gonna get out of this one, I wonder? That edgy. Always getting himself in troubles. Murder in his office, murder in his plane, murder in his elevator when he was 9 years old. Murder just follows him everywhere. I ask that everyone please remain calm.
What the heck is he talking about? Why should we remain calm?
My name is Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecutor, and I assure you, I am not the killer. You're hedging right now, Backcountry.
Ha! Being a prosecutor doesn't make you incapable of murder, buddy.
Now you listen here. I am not the killer. I simply found the body.
So you say. However, I am sure that you are the perpetrator of this crime. I swear on my honor as a professional flight attendant.
Oh, is that right?
I know what I saw, and there's even very strong, incriminating evidence to back me up.
What kind of incriminating evidence is she talking about?
We've already alerted the proper authorities at our destination. Until we land, you will remain in our custody by the power vested in our captain. I'm very sorry, but please understand our situation.
I got your back, Backcountry, don't worry. Got your back anytime. Your back and your front, man. Your situation? I'm more concerned with mine and the direction it's going in. I'm not about to just sit idly by while I get accused of murder. Miss Teniro, is it?
Yes?
I was wondering if you might give me a chance.
A chance? To do what?
A chance to plead my case. And a chance to ask what you meant by incriminating evidence just now. To accuse a passenger of such a grave crime without allowing him to give proper defense. Okay, you're my witness, Chairs. You got it, baby. Can the professional flight attendant inside of you really call this action righteous?
You have a point. Very well, I'll listen to what you have to say. But be wary of what you reveal. I'm afraid you'll only look even more suspicious if your explanation fails to satisfy.
But Backcountry, you are Edgeworth. What are you doing? You're incriminating yourself.
I also do not have the time to deal with you all day, so please make it quick.
Of course, as you wish.
Good. Very well then. Let's get started.
Master plan. I know for a fact that I didn't kill that man in the elevator. What I don't know is what sort of evidence she has up her sleeve. But I'm certain it doesn't fit with how the crime really occurred. Okay. What, do we even have anything? What do we have? We have our badge. Travel wall we found, picked off the floor in front of the elevator. It isn't mine, so whose is it? Crime scene notes. Body found at 6:15 a.m. inside the elevator. Stopped at the first floor lounge. Sky Magazine. Details, meals, movies, and other services inside. Touch the check button for details. We'll do that in a second. That's it. Okay, I can't check this yet, but let's start with looking at the crime scene for now. So there's a statue, some money, as if he was robbed. Has something around his neck. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe a tag or something? There's this statue, which I think has some blood on it, but I can't be sure yet. It seems like the murder weapon was the statue. Right now, just from looking at that, it seems like the murder weapon was a statue, and he was murdered by him being hit with a statue in the back of the head. What happened was I decided to break the elevator, and when he was in the elevator, trying to go to the bathroom, and watch the flight attendant suffocate the man. Ooh. Suffocate? Then where did the blood come from? Chairs. Yeah, I just said that, Dolan, that people die in his office, on his airplane, in an elevator with him when he was 9. Like he's just a magnet for death. Which is, I guess, being a prosecutor is a way to make money off of that in a sense, but just blood my shit up. Okay, I want to look at this too. Let's see. Flight itinerary, meals, drinks, movie. So at 6, there should have been drinks, right? And a movie starting right after. At 6:15, there should have been a movie playing, and right before that, there should have been drinks, but no meals. All times shouldn't correspond to our departure time zone. I'm assuming that's what he also has. I wonder what it says on the right over there. Anyhow. You will not disclose that info yet. Okay, I'm waiting then. What happened was I was gonna take the elevator, and when the doors opened, I saw Miles Edgeworth killing that man with the statue. I went away because it was early and I didn't want to make a scene. Who the fuck watches a movie at 6:15 a.m.? I don't know, man. Well, maybe they depart. Well, you don't know at what time they departed. And you know, some people have trouble watching, falling asleep on a plane, so maybe they watched the movie. Also, maybe they like took off at, let's say, I don't know, 5. So maybe people didn't have real time to fall asleep yet. Whatever. Just saying, maybe the guy chose to die. Maybe it's a murder-suicide. Maybe. Maybe it's just a suicide, no murder. He just hit himself in the back of the head and fell down. And threw his travel wallet into Edgy's jacket.
I swear to tell the whole truth as a professional flight attendant. Unfortunately for you, Mr. Edgeworth, I am certain that you are the killer. The scene I saw in front of the elevator, it was you, standing there, with fresh blood dripping off the murder weapon. So, if you would please cooperate, we'll turn you over just as soon as we land.
That's it. That's her evidence.
I don't think you could ask for a more perfect witness testimony. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth?
Not really. It's hardly perfect when there's a gaping hole in it. Okay, the murder. I wanted you to tell me what you think the murder weapon was. Flesh blood dripping of the murder weapon. I want to see that. What do you think? The travel wallet was the murder weapon? The murder weapon? Dripping with blood? Really now?
I swear that was the grisly scene I saw before me. Thank goodness it wasn't a passenger who saw. There'd be widespread panic by now.
As I recall, you were quite panicked yourself at the time.
Excuse me?
You were scared enough to misread the situation and accuse me of murder.
Nonsense. Professional flight attendants cannot afford to be that flustered. I witnessed a murder scene and am now listening to your defense, all with a smile.
Apparently, you also lie with a smile on your face. I still want to know what she thinks the murder weapon was. The travel wallet? I was holding it, but... Maybe Maybe I'll start by pressing everything and then we'll see. It's always good to do it. You never know what's gonna come up.
Hold it!
Tell me, what exactly puts the pro and professional flight attendant for you?
Well, it means we're very professional about how we take care of our passengers.
You were in the murder. What does that mean? You were there, you witnessed it? You were in the elevator when it happened, Chairs? Interesting. Just got bumped up to prime suspect.
Services like fetching papers and responding to calls are done with speed and accuracy. I can assure you that I give testimonies with the same level of professionalism. But I'm sure you have already realized that by now, right?
It's a bit hard to appreciate your professionalism when I'm the one under suspicion.
And there you have it. My professional testimony is accurate and reliable.
You object, Dolan? You got anything to back that objection up? Back that ass up? You certainly seem sure of yourself.
Of course, a professional flight attendant can't afford to make mistakes after all.
Perhaps, but you must admit there are few who can look at a murder with a clear mind. Prime suspect, just give me enough rating to dig you into a deeper hole. We'll see about that, Chairs. We'll see who wins this battle of wits.
We attendants all go through extensive training and are always calm and collected. We'll even calmly serve you coffee if you so wish, as the plane makes a splashdown.
I fail to see how that would be the calm and rational thing to do in an emergency.
Even until the bitter end, we are there to serve the passengers.
I just fucking hate Shia LaBeouf so much. I hated him since forever. That's why I hated that movie, Holes. I can't watch him. I can't watch his fucking face.
That is the duty of all professional flight attendants.
You certainly are confident. Anyway, shall we return to your testimony?
Hold it!
5 guys in a movie called Holes. That's a good one, Dolan. Yes? What did you see in front of the elevator?
That's what I was just about to tell you, Mr. Edgeworth. Framed by the elevator doors, and bathed in the light coming from within.
Okay, we already did this. I think I just need to present the wallet, because no one can be murdered with a wallet, right?
Hold it!
I am not the culprit, and yet you would keep these restraints on me.
Mr. Edgeworth, please try to understand what kind of situation you're in right now.
And what exactly is my situation?
I have the backing of the captain to keep you bound in this way. We are within our legal right to restrain anyone who might threaten our captain mid-flight. In essence, you're in the same situation as someone who has been arrested by the police.
Yeah? Show me, Bats. I dare you. So I am to stay restrained until I can clear up all of her doubts. At least I'm close. Her mistake shines like the silver lining on a dark rain cloud, and I'm going to capture some of that light with evidence. Okay, so I think it's really this with a travel wallet. That's the only thing that's bleeding that she might consider a murder weapon. Why does this woman have 2 Rubik's Cube for hair? Well, because she can, probably. If I could have 2 Rubik's Cubes for hair, I'd do the same, honestly. Maybe position them a bit differently, but I'd still do it.
Objection!
Miss Tenero.
What is with the yelling all of a sudden?
Ah, force of habit. Well, it doesn't matter. Miss Tenero, you say you saw the murder weapon dripping with blood. Is that correct?
Yes, all their blood. Drip, drip, drip. Just recalling that scene sends a chill down my spine.
Sorry, but your so-called professional flight attendant training has failed you. There have been quite a few murders with a wallet. Can you name a few, Chairs?
What?
I'd like to direct your attention to this. Do you know what this is?
It's a travel wallet, right? But it looks a little big and bulky.
Oh god, bats. The thing you saw me holding when I discovered the dead body in the elevator was this very travel wallet, Mr. Nero.
What? Impossible.
Now then, do you still think I am the killer? That I killed him with a travel wallet? Also, Chairs, specifically, have there been any murders with a travel wallet?
But I saw blood dripping from the wallet. I know I did.
As you can see, this wallet is clearly stained. But if you'd be so kind as to take a whiff, I think you'd agree it's only grape juice.
Then...
That's right, you mistook grape juice for blood. The murder weapon dripping with blood does not, in fact, exist.
No!
There, that should clear up that pesky accusation. The T-Pain murder? Okay, I'll look that up in a sec.
Wait just a sec. Hold it! That is... I mean, even a wallet could be deadly if it was wrapped around something heavy.
Suffocated by a wallet. Well, she says something similar, I suppose.
I demand that you show me what's inside. Please.
Oh, she thinks I might have hit him if there was something heavy inside the wallet. Well, yeah, sure, that's a good method. But as we said, it wasn't strangulation in this case, it was obviously a blunt hit to the head. Unless someone strangled him and then hit him on the head for whatever reason. She's trembling, and the tacked on please at the end sounds like I've got her. There's no need to look inside. Even you can tell from its appearance that it's light.
No, I can't be sure of anything until I see the contents of that wallet myself.
She's a persistent one. I suppose we have no choice but to see what's inside. Mr. Nero, if you would be so kind as to open the wallet and check its contents for me.
Alright. I usually don't pry into passengers' belongings, but we have no choice here.
Open it. It seems that this passport is all that's in here. As you saw, there's nothing but a passport inside. This renders your wallet was the murder weapon argument moot. Wouldn't you agree?
Hold it! Please, hear me out, Mr. Edgeworth.
What is it now?
Well, I was wondering, whose passport is it exactly? Can I take a look?
Oh shit, this is gonna be the victim's passport or something, and it's gonna fuck me up. Why not? I'm rather curious myself. This is...
Just as I thought.
Republic of Borginia? Hicks Ackby? What kind of name is that? Or Ackby Hicks?
This travel wallet belonged to Mr. Ackby Hicks, which makes it the victim's property.
Okay.
You stole the victim's wallet, didn't you?
How dare you!
You said it yourself. You claimed to be holding this wallet in your hands when I found you. Perhaps I did misconstrue the wallet for the murder weapon, but it seems that I wasn't wrong about who the culprit is.
Mr. Nero's logic. Actually, I thought we were gonna finish that pretty soon, but I guess it's gonna take a while longer to beat her. So I'm gonna stop right here, since I'm already 5 minutes over. Save game and suspend play. Yes, for now. I'll be back tomorrow, guys. Same time as today. Hope I get to see all of you guys there today, too. It was a lot of fun solving the first case with you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream at least as much as I did. The game is really fun so far. I like the characters. I like what's going on. It seems right about, at least the first case was just right for my level of puzzle solving, I'd say. So that's it for now. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully, if you enjoyed the stream, please remember to feel free to follow me on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, or Steam to watch my past broadcasts and get notifications when I start the stream, or if there's a change in schedule, or if there's a surprise stream. I'm trying to do more of those right now, casual streams. Thanks, ASD. Best of luck and don't get caught. What else? Remember the poll. You can always suggest new games on the poll. There are a couple of new options there right now, I think. If not, I'll update them right now. You can always do that. It's going to take us a while. We're just starting with this game, but it's never too early to suggest your game for people to vote for it. And that is it for now, I think. So thanks again, everybody. Had a great time. Hope to see you soon. And Marco.